Hi everybody, it's your coach Lacey Potter. I wanted to talk today about momentum and what it does to us as far as being able to accomplish our goals. We always start something and we stop for various reasons. I do this all the time. I struggle with it just like everybody, but why do we stop something once we've started? Is it because we get lazy about it? Are we afraid of continuing it? Are we thinking that we're not capable when we're perfectly able to do something? We run into roadblocks like that all the time when we start things, and without the momentum that we acquire, while we're doing it, we can't keep. It's harder to get started again. It's always hard to start something, but once we begin, it gets easier, and that's the momentum taking part. In the Slight Edge, which is a book that anyone should read for if they want to accomplish things, but in the Slight Edge, it talks about how an arrow, when you're just holding it in your hand, it can't pierce armor, it can't go through very much, but if you give it momentum, then it has a greater impact than it does just by itself. And if we start something, we should try our hardest to keep doing it no matter what, because we've already gained so much after we start. Sometimes maybe we just need to take a minute and calmly sit there for a second when we're about to make a decision that's going to affect our momentum, and just take a deep breath and let it out and say, okay, if I stop this, what will happen? If I keep going, it's going to continue my momentum. So do I really want to stop at this point? When I was in college, I had this really old car that my dad bought for like $600, and it was like a 1982 Nissan. Seriously, it was like 20 years old, and it was a stick shift, and it was the first stick shift I'd ever really driven by myself, and it stalled frequently as I was trying to, in the winters in Idaho where I grew up, that car would stall out or be so hard to start sometimes, and the only thing that could get it going was pushing sometimes. And I know that a lot of younger people have no idea what it's like to have to push start a stick shift car, but if you get that car going and you finally get it started, because it's going, and you start it and the engine turns over and you're like, oh yes, okay, please. There's no way you would hit the brake. You would never even think of it. So that's what we need to think of when we have our momentum going, is that you don't want to hit that brake. Don't slam yourself into stopping when you've created something good for yourself. Don't stop exercising just because it gets a little hard or because you get too busy. Don't stop, your daily development. Don't stop doing 10 minutes a day of reading a great book or something inspirational, because you've built up a momentum and you've built a habit. And if you stop that, you have to start all over again. So I just also want to read this quote from Thomas Edison, and he said, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time." So I want to challenge you to keep your momentum and don't stop, don't hit the brake. Just keep trying, because you can do it. You can do anything. Just take a deep breath, think about what your choice is going to do in the future, not in just this moment, but what is that choice going to affect? And keep trying, keep your momentum. Hope everybody's having a great day.